Um, Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us. So tonight, Jonathan Bond has come to do a Q&A, and we appreciate you uh, taking the time out to join us, and you can start answering questions whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll wait for them to come into the chat then. Is that right? I'm
Correct.
looking at the right place.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. At the moment, all I'm seeing is welcomes. Am I looking at the right place?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Oh, do I miss British food or do I prefer American Mexican food better? I definitely prefer the food out in America. I love spicy food. I love Mexican food. I go to Javier's in Westfield is one of my favorite places to go. So yeah, for sure, I've been converted 100%. And English food is not great either. It's just roast dinners. It's really not ideal. This is going to be easy. If those are the questions that I get, nice and easy. What is an American snack? American snack. It's a tough one, that one. Have you had to order food from a street vendor or a food truck? Oh, in Spanish. I think I could do it in Spanish. It depends, obviously, what food I am ordering, but my accent would be a little bit Spanish and maybe not Mexican, so I would sound a bit strange. But yeah, I'm working on my accent and changing it, making it softer, so I don't sound too Madrid. But yeah, I think I could do it. I'm working up into to being able to do some sort of interview in Spanish, which would be a big leap of faith. The team dynamic compared to last year, we definitely. Do you know what? We had a really good team dynamic last year. We had a good team spirit. Everyone bonded really well. Everyone got on really well. I don't think that was one of our problems last year. Obviously, we've lost some big personalities in Jonah and Seba in the changing room, in the locker room. But you know, a few of the people now, some of the players who are brand new last year, they've been here for that bit longer. They've been here for a year now, so everyone's kind of settling in really well, and it feels like we've known each other for a long time. So it's been very good. How was the transition from the Championship to MLS, especially with all the travelling? Um, it was maybe a little bit easier for me because I had a slight American background, so I knew it wasn't completely unknown. But in terms of the league, I feel like in some ways the MLS does suit me better. You know, it's more technical, quicker, more about tactics. And yeah, the Championship is kind of old school English football a little bit, where it's very much physical and lots of high aerial balls and set pieces. And for me, I felt comfortable straight away playing in the MLS. How does Greg compare to European coaches? Oh, that's Greg for me has been the most knowledgeable coach I've ever had in terms of tactics. And I mean, the way that he sees the game and the way that he implements his philosophy, he's so clear on what he wants to do. He can mold any game, any formation we're playing against. He can mold a system, and really, I've been extremely impressed. I would love to see him go to Europe and coach a team out there. I would love to see that, and I'm sure he will do that one day. Do you see the squad deeper and capable of making a deep playoff run this season? Yeah, for sure. I think. Look, last year if we had one more point, we would have finished fifth, and we didn't make it because of Salt Lake scoring in the 95th minute. So it was very tight margins. The aim this season is to not put ourselves in that position where something heartbreaking can happen in the last kick of the game and we're out. So we want to be comfortably in. We want to be right up there. Obviously, we want to win our conference, but we have to take it game by game. And I think we're in a good position to do that. I feel like we're way ahead of where we were at the start of this preseason compared to the last preseason. I mean, everyone knows what they need to do. People are not afraid to tell the others that, look, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that, because we know what we all should be doing. So it's not, we're not scared of telling people. We've known each other for a long time now, for over a year. So I think we feel very much more tight knit as a team. Hold on, lots of questions coming through here. Who is the motivator of the team? I think we have a few. I think Sasha has got a lot of experience. First of all, he's definitely a leader. People look up to him. They listen to him. He's kind of like one of the coaches, but in the team, and he can speak to from the 17-year-olds all the way up to people like Chicha, and everyone respects him the same. He's a great person to have around the squad. Derek's obviously very vocal as well. He's played lots of games at a high level. Myself, Chicharito, obviously, of course. They're some of your kind of, your leaders within the changing room for sure, and everyone leads in very different ways. So, on the jerseys thing, I believe they're going to sell the jerseys this season. I'm waiting to hear what's going on with that. I think there's been some kind of like delay with Adidas or something like that. So we don't actually get our new goalkeeping kit until after the season started, I believe. But I'll do a tweet or something when I find out. The US national team, I don't know whether I can or not. It is something that I've talked to them about, but because when I was younger, like I was like 18, 19, I swapped from Wales to England under 21s. And that was a big deal at the time. It was like a long process. So I'm not sure whether I could swap again now, even though I've never played for either of the first teams, which seems a little bit unfair to me, that I could play for the US national team. But I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. I've heard some people say no, some people say yes. So I don't really know. Who controls the music in the locker room? That's JB, the coach. He's actually a DJ. So he like creates these like playlists and sets, and like he plays them in the locker room before a game day, and he'll kind of talk over them. So he'll like pre-record them earlier in the week, put something together, talk over them, and it'll be specific to that game day. So I don't know, in between songs, he might like throw some like tactical advice or something in the middle of the songs, and then he's good. He's very good, and we always have good music in the changing room. In terms of the players, it would probably be like a Julian or Adam Saldana used to do it a lot last season as well. Let's have a look. Video games, Bitcoin. I'm trying to hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm just reading through all of these. Let's do the. I mean, keep it simple. Video games. I gave up video games. Essentially, I used to play FIFA a lot, and I found that I was just so angry when I lost. I could just break something. But then when I won, I wasn't even happy. I was just relieved I didn't lose, and that's just not a healthy way of being when playing video games. So I just thought, yeah, this is not for me. Working with Kevin Hartman is great. It is amazing. He was one of the big reasons why I settled in so quickly at the start of last season. It just helps to have someone who knows the club, knows the league, is so well respected in and around everywhere, obviously, but especially with the coaching staff, and he has a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight, and he also is very open and wants to work in the same way that I do. So, working in that kind of growth mindset environment where, you have to put your ego aside and really, chase improvement. And he's been amazing to work with for the last year, 18 months, and already the start of this preseason, trying new things, implementing new things. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoy working with him. The dynamic between all the goalkeepers is great. Richard's come in, very, very nice guy. Obviously in a good stage of his career as well, 27. I think he played quite a few games in last season in the USL, so he's obviously got that experience, and he's come straight in, fitted in right away with the in the locker room with everyone. Very popular guy. And I feel like we've got a strong group. We have obviously Eric Lopez as well, who's going to spend most of the time, I believe, with G2 at the moment, and JK and myself as well. So we've got a really, obviously with Kevin overseeing that, so we've got a really tight knit group. Very high standard, and we all push each other every day, and that makes for good performances, hopefully. And I think everyone saw that from the goalkeeping department as a whole last season, hopefully. The press and the fans. I mean, the fans are definitely more supportive here. Everyone's a lot more positive, a lot more encouraging, and it's really nice. I felt like that really helped me at the start of last season to come into a new club. And I'm not. I don't have an American accent. Okay, I'm English. Like, how's that going to go down? Kind of thing. What's going? I need to play well. I need to start well. And before I even started playing, minute one of the first home game, I felt a lot of warmth, a lot of support from all the fans, and I just felt at home very quickly. And that helped me to settle in very quickly and get off to a good start last season. So. That was an important factor for me personally. I think every player wants to feel that support and feel that love. It only helps, confidence is everything in football. Favorite Premier League team is Chelsea. I was a Chelsea fan growing up. I didn't have a choice. Used to go to every home game, watch the goalkeepers, the players. Yeah, my dad tried to get me as close to the actual field as possible in the stadium, so I could smell the grass, hear the ball being kicked, see the players, hear them talking, really take it all in, and that left a real impact on me every day. I went there, I'd go home and just implement and copy everything that I'd just seen, which is actually a really powerful thing to do. Yeah, and it definitely left an impression. Let's have a look. What's a city or state in the US you wish to visit in the future? I've been to New York when I was a baby, so obviously that doesn't really count. But I would like to go to New York and just do it properly. Go around, see everything. Maybe spend a week there, preferably when it's not middle of winter. But I hear it's an amazing city. So yeah, it's always that's the conversation. New York and London, isn't it? So I'd love to go there. Unfortunately, we don't have a game against one of the New York teams away this year. We have a New England game. But yeah, hopefully at some point I get to go out there and see everything. Maybe we get a few days off. Who knows? I'll be able to get there. I don't know. Have to see. My reaction when I first signed for the GaLaxy, I was over the moon. I was so happy. I was waiting for maybe a week, 2 weeks for it to go through. And sometimes it takes so long because when you sign, you can agree with the club, but then everything has to go over to the MLS office, which is in New York. And I can imagine how busy they are and how many deals they've got to get through. And then that whole process is so slow. So even though everything's been agreed with the club, you then got to wait for the league to kind of do their thing. And yeah, it was just such a relief and so happy that it went through. It was around Christmas time, so then I got to relax and spend Christmas time with my family and friends and kind of celebrate at home before kind of turning my attention to flying out here and starting a whole new life really in January, and it was just very exciting. I'd been to LA on vacation, but to go out and actually live was I was so excited. So and everyone was very happy for me. So it was very nice. Favorite MLS stadium to play in outside of Dignity. I really liked from last year. I liked Seattle Stadium. That was amazing. My mum's from Seattle, so we used to watch the Seahawks play. Used to stay up and watch the Seahawks play from our sofa back home. Stay up at night, and so to play in that stadium was nice. It was very nice for me. It was the atmosphere's good there, and they live and breathe soccer up there as well. So that was a great stadium to play. And we play in against Charlotte, second game of the season as well. This season, like 60,000 tickets have been sold. I'm looking forward to that one for sure. That's a big one. So yes. Why did I choose goalkeeper as a position? Well, when I was younger, my team's goalkeeper left the team. We're talking kind of when I was 10, and the local team that I played for, the goalkeeper left. So one of the dads was the manager, and we needed a goalkeeper. And I just said, "Oh, like take some shots or whatever." And he was taking shots, and like he was realizing, oh, like it's actually quite difficult to score. So then I went in, and then I think I played like 3-4 games, and then a scout came down, and everything happened very quickly. I went from playing outfield to having played like 5 games in goal, and then suddenly I was on trial at Watford, which was all a bit of a whirlwind. But then I was sort of just learning. To be honest, I was learning as I went, but at the same time, I was just copying. I was just copying what the goalkeepers I was watching were doing, basically for Chelsea, like for Kudicini, who played for GaLAxy, and Petr, and that kind of took me quite away when I was 11, 12, 13. If there are no subs and an outfield player to go in goal, I would put... Who would I put in goal? Nick. I'd put Nick in goal. 6'5", light on his feet, got a good wingspan, good reach. I'm sure he's played some sort of like volleyball or something. He's a Californian boy, isn't he? So he's Orange County. So he must have played some volleyball or something, or some basketball. He must have something about him to keep a few shots out of the goal. I'd probably put Nick in. The El Trafico was great. El Trafico. Yeah, that was they're the games you look for on the list when it comes out. The fixture list. So yeah, El Trafico was great. We had 2 at our place, and we won 1, drew 1. I think. Fans amazing, atmosphere's amazing. It's so easy to get up for those games because we're all up for it just naturally. It's a big deal. You can feel it around the city, around the town. So yeah, it was. All 3 of the games were great. I thought all 3 of them. I have scored a goal when I was 17, but it was for Wales under 17s. Scored a goal. It was quite good actually. Wasn't bad. NASCAR. Yeah, NASCAR was loud. Wow. NASCAR was very loud. So yeah, it was in the Coliseum, like amazing setup. The whole event, amazing. There was Ice Cube played. It was a Pitbull played. Lots of interesting people around, and yeah, and I actually enjoyed the qualifying a lot as well. Like, it seemed like the drivers were a lot more aggressive in the qualifying. It's a shame that the not the course. What's the word I'm looking for? The strip, the lap was so small. I guess they had to do that to fit in the Coliseum. But yeah, it was exciting. It was very exciting, to be honest. I enjoyed it a lot. Rams or Chargers? Yeah, difficult to say. I'm just going around watching as many games as I can, and I can't really say I'm Rams or Chargers, to be honest, because I'm Seahawks. So yeah, I've always watched the not always last kind of 7-8 years I've watched the Seahawks, and I definitely root for them. And hopefully, I was away. I was back in England when the Seahawks came to play the Rams, which is very frustrating. So I missed that. So hopefully next year I'll be able to do that one. Then I can wear my Seahawks stuff. Yes, I'm very excited about the World Cup. It's going to be interesting. See how they do it in that heat in that country. It's interesting doing it this time of year as well, or that time of year, December. So it's definitely going to be different from what we've seen before. Yeah, it's going to be like World Cups are always great, aren't they? Let's go back up. Let's have a look. Dennis, to close the scout you in England and reach out to your agent. When were you signed? How did you know GaLAxy was interested? So yeah, I mean, a lot of it was down to Dennis. Also, the goalkeeping coach at the US national team, Aaron Hyde. Yeah, it came through that kind of connection, and found out they were interested, and yeah, straight away I was interested, and we got talking, and initially it was actually in a summer, but that was in the middle of the MLS season, so we couldn't do anything then. And then you never know, you might never hear from them again. But then it kind of came back around at the end of the year, around December, and yeah, I was just happy that it did, and I was excited. So yeah, then yeah, it all happened. I do catch myself calling it soccer, but I can't. It has. I have to try. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel. I prefer calling it football. If I'm honest, that's just how I've grown up. I call it both now. Kind of depending on who I'm speaking with, but yeah, I try and call it football as much as I can. Just because we're using feet and it's a ball. Who scores the most in training? Chicha. Chicha scores. Efra is very good in the small sided games. Um, I did try tacos, of course, homemade. My mum used to make them. Um, Not as nice as the ones we have out here, though. Uh, I am hodling Bitcoin. Yes, I'm hodling. Um, don't sell. Don't sell your Bitcoin or anything else. Just hold it. Um, One or two more questions, guys, and then we have to. Who gets nutmegged the most in practice? I've seen that about 4 times. Uh, who gets the most? Nick gets nutmegged the most. Um, yes, Sidemen. I believe Simon wants to come out and do something in the summer, in July. So that there could be something in the pipeline there. Yeah. Yeah, I think he wants to do a video out here when he's out here in July. So I have to speak to him about what he wants to do. Atmosphere is great. The atmosphere is great, especially in the big games. The El Trafico, the games against Seattle, Kansas. I remember those standing out. So yeah, great. Have I seen the new jersey? No, I haven't. I've seen the colours. I've actually seen the shorts and the socks, but I've not seen the jerseys. There's been a delay getting them to the club, so it's a shame because I wanted to start the new season in a new kit. I think every goalkeeper wants that, wear new kit in the new season. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Right, guys, been a pleasure. I've got to go get dinner. It's a team
Uh,
dinner. Well, it takes me about 10 minutes to walk there, but it's at 7:30. So it's
thank
been a
you.
pleasure
Thank
speaking
you
to
for
you.
joining
Good
us.
questions. Some great questions.
Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm not quite sure how to leave this, but
Or I'll
maybe you
disconnect you
guys
then.
just stay on for the rest of the evening.
I'll disconnect you. Thanks again, Jonathan.
No problem. All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see you all soon. Bye.